poverty, civil war, corruption, Ebola. These challenges plague the developing world, though many are self-limiting. One of the most significant challenges, however, that people around the world face doesn't go away.
I was the oldest of 2 girls, but my mother preferred my younger sister. She neglected me after I contracted polio. My mother's rejection was one of the most hurtful things in my life. She treated me like I was nothing. And a classmate said some really hurtful things as well. In fact, it still hurts me, even now. She asked my friends, "What is wrong with you guys? Why do you always share lunch with a girl that crawls on the ground?" I wouldn't eat my food if she put her dirty hands in it. That day, I cried and cried. My heart was completely discouraged. My friends would ask, "Why are you sitting there so quietly?" But I couldn't answer. I could only cry. I would try to explain how I felt, but people would just tell me, "Be strong. If you weren't disabled, they wouldn't discriminate against you. It'll be okay. Just leave it to God. This is how He wants you."
Aminata's story is not unique. Due to the misperceptions about disability in the societies in which they live, people with disabilities are ostracized and isolated, making them the largest group of unreached people in the world.
A really good day in Women of Hope is watching them identify the fact that God loves them, that He cares about them, that He sees them and knows them personally, and that He has a good plan for their life. And then watching their attitudes and actions change in alignment with those new belief systems, and then watching them live out and fulfill the purposes that God has intended for them.
The turning point in my life was when Women of Hope came. I used to always be stressed and angry. I had a reputation for being very hateful. Women of Hope taught me many things. They taught me about God and how to live well with others. I began to listen little by little until finally my life began to change. Then they taught us how to make greeting cards to sell. It took time, but with God's help, I learned how to make them well. For that, I thank God. That's when my life really began to change. Even the people who used to provoke me have seen the difference. Now I get up in the morning, get dressed, and leave the house to go to work. Even my mother, who had forsaken me, began to speak differently about me. The child I never expected would amount to anything is now earning her own living and doing well. Every morning, I send my son to school, and I can provide him a lunch and other school supplies. People used to think I was worthless. But now I thank God. I have people who care about me. My neighbors see the Women of Hope staff visiting me, and they call them my family. The things that made me change were the training and prayer. From the first day of community health training, where they taught us how to live well in community, I decided I would make that training part of my life forever. I really thank God for how my life has changed. Others are grateful as well. Now they greet me with joy. Aminata, thank you. I am so happy about the changes in my life. I have peace now. My life is so much better thanks to God and Women of Hope.
God has good purposes for all women affected by disability. He wants to see them healed, restored, and transformed. And by His power and grace, we envision women affected by disability, bringing hope and shalom to their own broken nations. This is a God-sized vision. It requires the whole body to participate. We need people who will pray, people who will encourage, and people who will give. In fact, we need you to join with us in reaching vulnerable women around the world with hope.